there's a lot of talks in the news, also in India, about the crisis in Europe, about inflation. Do you feel that? Do you feel that like a crisis is going on in your personal life when you live in Munich? How's that? Welcome everybody to a new interview with one of our former coachees, Eric, today. Nice to meet you, Eric. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
Cool. It's been a while since we have seen each other. I think a month we were in touch on WhatsApp, but
Yeah,
a lot has been happening in the last 3 months, right? So you are now in Munich, is that correct?
yeah, I'm in Munich.
Perfect. And for how long are you in Munich now?
It's been almost 6 months since I landed here in Munich. Yeah,
Awesome. And how has it been for you the first months in Munich?
it was pretty good. Yeah, I landed here in the month of August, and since then since I started working over here mid-August. So I did manage to visit a few places as well in Munich and also nearby. Yeah, so overall it was pretty good.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, before we talk more, maybe you shortly introduce yourself, tell us what have you been doing and what are you doing right now? You're a software developer, obviously, but you can tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I've been working as a software developer in India, and I have a total of 4 years of experience. I usually work on the front end part, in primarily in React.js and React Native, but I've also worked on Node as well. So even though my profile is a full stack developer, but I'm mainly focused on React. And I moved, as I mentioned earlier, I moved to Germany in the month of August, and since then I've been working here in Munich. Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I remember when we started working together, it was really quick. You got a job offer. I think I looked it up before the call. Obviously, you got a job offer within a month. So you started
Yeah.
late February this year, and then you got an offer 4 weeks later. So
Yeah.
congrats on that. And that was extremely fast. You did nicely, and yeah, obviously you deserve it. But today I thought it would be interesting for our viewers on YouTube to talk more about life in Germany, how it was the first 3 months, what you found interesting, maybe what were challenges for you, right? Let's not speak too much about how you got the job. We have a lot of videos about that, but let's talk more about you. Yeah, about life in Munich. So you went to Oktoberfest as well shortly, right?
For like 3 times, and it was a pretty good experience that I had at the Oktoberfest.
Cool.
It's something that I'm not very familiar to, but yeah, overall it was a very good experience.
Cool. And you went there with whom did you go there? Did you go there with friends or what did you do?
I actually went with my friends as well, and once with my office colleagues as well.
Cool. 2 times.
Yeah, actually three actually. For I went 2 times with my friends and one time with my office colleagues.
Cool. And if you look at your colleagues now, what would you say? What is different to your company now than it was with your company in India? What are the main differences for you? What is new to you?
I think the planning that goes into the work is actually something which I think is not very it is not very efficient in India. So there's a lot of planning going on before you start the hands-on development, which is something very new to me as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah.
Okay. So you plan a lot, and you think in the end this is more effective than you did it in India. Could you describe this a little bit more in detail? What you mean?
Yeah, I think it's more effective because then you can handle all the use case scenarios, and once you get into development, you know what are the challenges that will be possibly coming up, and I think it is beneficial in the long run.
Cool. And now, do you work longer hours than you worked in India? How's that? Like in regards to workload?
No, it's a predefined set of 8 hours that I need to work, and I haven't like worked longer than 8 hours since I've been to Germany. Yeah, so
Cool.
it's Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day. Yeah.
8 hours of a day. Cool. And from your colleagues' perspective, how's that? How's the team structured in your new company?
We have like 9 developers, like in general, in my team, out of which few of them are in the backend, front end and a few for the database. Yeah, so that's how it is structured over here. And
Cool.
obviously, I'm not considering the QA and all. So they are also a part of the team. I'm just talking about from a developer perspective. Yeah.
And if we compare it to India, I think it's a pretty small company, small team if you compare it to the companies you work from India, right?
Yeah, it's a small team as compared to that in India. In India, I think I've worked with teams. Uh, there are companies that also have small teams in India, but I have been working with teams with at least 15 people in it. Yeah, so.
Well, because we get this concern a lot that people don't want to join small companies in Germany because they're afraid that this is not stable and so on. But yeah, I think you can prove otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And apart from work, like what did you find different in Germany when you came here?
I would say the public transport. It's much more efficient as compared to as compared to what we have here. Secondly, the bureaucratic process in Germany is a little difficult for someone who's from India. So in India, we don't have that much thing going on for bureaucracy. Even though a lot of stuff have been is done online nowadays. I think also the banking part of it, banking in India is much more efficient as compared to what we have in Germany. So a lot of things can be done online in India, which I think is something that needs to be also implemented in Germany as well. Yeah.
Exactly. And what were the exact steps you had to do when you came here? Tell us about the bureaucracy. What did you went through?
So the first thing was to get the city registration done. And I managed to get a slot like within 10 days of my arrival, even though it was I booked a slot in the month of, I think the first slot that I got was in the month of September, but that was like a month after I land. But then I had to visit the website frequently and get a slot that was earlier. And I managed to get it for like within 10 days of my arrival. And then the city registration, once that was completed, I had to get a SIM card and also open a bank account, which would eventually be my salary account. So yeah, this was the main three main things that I had when I landed in Germany. Yeah.
Okay. And finding an apartment, how about that?
That was also a little difficult, but I managed to get an apartment when I was in India. So I did a little research and also uh, uh, looked up on the internet to find the accommodations nearby my office as well. Yeah, so it was. I would say it was not very difficult to find an apartment, but yeah, it was challenging to get an apartment that
Yeah.
suits your budget and also the locality you need to live. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of budget, you know, there's a lot of talks in the news, also in India, about the crisis in Europe, about inflation, about the Russian war on Ukraine. Do you do you feel that? Do you feel that like a crisis is going on in your personal life when you live in Munich? How's that at the moment?
Till now, I haven't felt that. It is going pretty okay. I haven't had I haven't felt that there is any crisis going on as of now. Yeah.
Cool. So also when it comes to money, salary, you're also happy in that regard? You have enough to have a good living?
Yeah, I have enough to have a good living.
Okay, that's cool because we get a lot of messages that people say are afraid of moving to Germany right now because of this war, because of inflation going on. And I say, okay, Germany is still by far the biggest economy in Europe. You know, inflation rate is comparatively high for Germany. But if you compare it to other countries, it's still comparatively low, I would say.
Yeah.
What are the next steps now for you, Eric, after this first 3 months? What are you planning? What are you planning for the winter?
So yeah, we're just getting started. So I have gone through a few shops in order to get my winter clothes and winter shopping completed. I did manage to buy a few stuff as well. And secondly, I think it's okay. Yeah, till now it's okay over here. It's not that like peak winters over here, but yeah, I think I will be able to manage that.
Okay, cool. And any other plans? Like, what are you doing for Christmas then? Like Christmas holidays?
I'm planning to go back to India for like 15 days since I have holidays. So I am planning to go to India for a small vacation.
Cool. And you
Yeah,
have enough days of holidays? How's that going?
yeah. Yeah, I have enough days of holidays. So since I joined like mid-year, I have 15 days of holidays. Apart from that, I have for an entire year, I have 30 days of vacation.
30 days plus all the public holidays. Today is a public holidays
Yeah,
in Bavaria where you live. I have to
yeah,
work.
yeah,
I'm in Berlin. There's in Berlin, state Berlin, there's no public holiday, but where you are, you're free today, right?
yeah, yeah.
So there are a lot of, as in Bavaria especially, there are a lot of public holidays as well. Cool. Yeah, maybe anything else you want to share? I mean, also you have been planning to come to Germany for quite some time, you told me, right? And what would you share to other software developers, maybe from India as well? What would be the right steps to to do this?
I started my job search in Germany in the year 2019, or like in the first few months of 2020. But then, since it was COVID time and the hirings were almost freezed at that time, so then I resumed in the year 2021, and I might have applied to at least around 200 companies, and I wasn't getting like any interviews as such. So overall, the process was that to get my CV catered to the German standards and getting myself the first interview. That was like the main challenge that I faced initially.
Mhm.
And then once I did manage to get the interview, I it was all on the technical skills, and the cultural fit over here is a very big aspect as compared to what we
Mm.
have in India. So these were the main challenges that I faced during the interview.
Yeah, but you are a really fast learner. I remember we only had like 2 or 3 sessions, I think, and then you had an
Yeah,
offer. I mean, we
yeah.
had some update calls, but you learned really quick. That was cool. And yeah, that's really good. Awesome. Is there anything else you want to share um, to your colleagues back home from India, maybe, or anything else from your side?
I'd say that there are a lot of job opportunities in Germany in general. I not specifically in Germany, but in Europe as well. So
Mm,
if you're looking to migrate to a European country, then I think you should give it a shot. Yeah.
cool. Awesome. Thanks, Eric. It was a pleasure meeting you again. And yeah, hopefully we see each other also in person one day. Maybe if you come to Berlin, we're gonna meet, or if we travel to, there's a fast train from Munich to Berlin, which only takes like 3.5 hours. So you should
Yeah, yeah,
also come visiting Berlin, and then we can also meet for a coffee, or
yeah,
that would be nice. Apart from that, yeah, if you're a software developer, a data scientist, a cloud engineer, DevOps guy, and you also want to relocate to Europe, especially Germany, get in touch with us, watch our 30 minutes training video, book a get to know call with us. We find out if we can help you first. And if this is the case, we discuss everything in more detail in a second call, which we call career strategy consultation. And after that, we decide if it's a good idea to work together. And then we can, if you also think it is, we start the process and we work together. Yeah, that's the same. Eric did the same. He had a get to know call with us. He had a second call with us, and then he started the process. 4 weeks later, he got a job offer, and now he's in Munich for 3 months now. Again, nice meeting you, Eric. Enjoy your day. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
yeah. See ya. Nice,
do
nice
you
to talk to
do
you.
you speak
Yeah.
some German already?
I've started learning German, so it's just that a few things that I.
But
Yeah.
you don't really need German in everyday life, right?
Not no, not that much. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always good to
Yeah.
learn. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
See you soon. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye bye. All the best to
See
you.
ya.